Hello everyone, in this video we are going to work on study islands. We will learn how to create linear and exponential equations and inequalities. So I'll do a few questions. Let's see the first one. Select all the correct answers is our question. Lena has a $20 gift card that she can use to purchase songs to download to her computer. If each song costs $1.25, which equations and graphs would represent the gift card balance, which is B, after she purchases n songs using her gift card? So obviously the amount she has is going to decrease. She has a $20 gift card. As she purchases more, the balance left is going to be like smaller than $20. Okay, so which is why the first one is wrong. The first graph is going up, the amount is increasing. So I'm not even checking the numbers, I'm just thinking about the logical aspect of the question. If you have a $20 gift card, if she's going to purchase songs, if for each one she's going to pay something, then she should have less than $20 in the end. So this graph does not look right because it's going up. So the second graph, it looks right. I don't know if the numbers match though, so that's one thing we need to check for sure. But we can definitely cross out the first option. The second option looks right as well. So now the numbers, let's see how many songs she's going to purchase. Does it say anything about it? No, it does not. It says, oh, n songs. We don't know how many, so it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Each one is $1.25. For each, she's going to pay $1.25. Now, let's see. Okay, so this graph starts from $20. Let's see. For 2 songs, this is the number of songs because n was the number of songs that she purchases. So when she purchases 2 songs, she's gonna pay $2.50. $1.25 for each. $1.25 times 2 is $2.50. But that's a decimal. So if you subtract, let's just do it this way. The answer is going to be $17.50. Okay, let's just get rid of this. $17.50. I'm not sure if this right here is exactly 17.50. I am assuming it is, but we cannot just pick an answer based on assumptions. This right here as well, I'm not sure if that is 17.15. I don't think it is. Probably the second one is the only right answer. Let's just continue. So now let's try to find a whole number. Like, look at this one here. That number is right in between 2 and 4. 2 and 6, my bad. It should be 4. I cannot type 4 in there because there is an okay, now it did. So when n equals 4, when she purchases 4 songs, she's going to pay $1.25 times 4. She's going to pay $6. You can use a calculator for that. And then if she's going to pay $6 from the gift card, she should have $14 left. That should be the balance. Now let's see if we go up from that 4. Are we going to end up with 14? Yeah. So this matches. So that should be right. 20 is the original amount. That's my first point. For 14. For 4 songs, the amount left is $14. When she does not purchase any song, points on the line that matches up, that means we don't need to figure out another point. If you know that 2 points work for a graph, for a line only, not for curves, quadratics, cubes, you need more points. But when you have 2 points for a line, then you have the right answer. You don't need to check the other points. So that's the right answer. That's a right answer. Let's check the last one, and I'll show you why that one is wrong. Because 14 should be on the line. We know that. When she purchases 4 songs, she's going to pay $6. She's going to end up with $14. That's why 4 and 14 should be on the line. But is it on the line in here, 4 and 14? Right here we have 4. but this point is not 14, it's higher than 14. So that is not the answer. The only right answer was the one in the middle. And the equation is 20 minus 1.25 times n being the number of songs that she purchases. Oh, that's right as well. Okay, I didn't realize that these were 4 different options. Okay, so this one is right, that graph is wrong, this graph is wrong, this one is right, because it's exactly what I am doing over here. She has $20 in the gift card balance. For each song, we don't know how many, which is why we are putting n, is going to give the answer. That's the balance left on the gift card. So that's why that's going to be another correct form, but this one here is wrong, because what this says, remember, n was the number of songs that she purchases, right? This means each song costs $20. That's what that means, which makes no sense reading the question because they were 125. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, this one was linear equation. This is inequality. Let's do a linear inequality question. Okay, a restaurant has different seating options, a table, and a family booth. A table can seat 2 people. I'm thinking this is what I want to see. A table can seat 2 people. That's probably the expression that I need in an equation or inequality. And the family booth can seat 8 people. So F and 8 goes together. So I am assuming this is what I need. And a table. Now let's read the rest of the question. The restaurant has a maximum capacity of 160 people. So they cannot have more than 160 people. It could be equal or less. So less than or equal to is the sign that I need, because it says maximum capacity of 160. This can kind of like force you to use the sign that is greater than or equal to, because of the word maximum. But think about what that means. If the restaurant cannot take any more than 160 people, it should be taking either 160 or less, which means less than or equal to sign is what you need. So you got to have that thought process in mind when you are solving or setting up an inequality. So if the restaurant has 17 family booths, we know what F equals now. It is 17. So this number is the number of family booths. So 2 times T plus, we don't know how many tables they have, 8 times 17 is less than or equal to 160. Which inequality could be used to find T, the number of tables in the restaurant? So that's the inequality that I need. 2T plus 8 times 17 less than or equal to 160. I hope that helps. I tried to explain it as I go through the question. That's how my thought process works. When I see a number, I try to kind of match it up with one of the options or 2 of the options, which is why the moment I saw this, a table can seat 2 people, I saw that T over here, lowercase t, and then 2, and then realized that the answer probably is going to be either A or B. Okay, so moving down to another equation question, linear equation, and then we will deal with an exponential after this question. An Air Force C-17 Globemaster 3 cargo plane left Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls at a height of sea level. We have the height. That's a set number. Probably the Air Force is going to go higher or lower than that number, 1019. Let's see if that's the case. That's what I'm thinking at least. So if the plane climbs at a rate of 1023 feet per minute. Okay, I think I was right. So that's the set number, 1019, because it's not going to be multiplied by anything. But in here, this tells us that we need a variable over there. When you see expressions like feet per minute, people per square feet, pencil per student, that means for this part you need a variable, because we don't know how many minutes we are dealing with right now. As of right now, we don't know how many minutes. If it's 1 minute, it is going to climb 1,023 feet. If it is 2 minutes, it's going to climb 1,023 times 2, and so on. So we don't know how many minutes we have, therefore we need a variable like m or t in this case. Look at the options A, B, C, D. Lowercase t usually stands for the time. In this case, the unit of the time is minute. Okay, which function? So this is what I need. And remember that the Air Force is climbing. So 1019 was the original height of the Air Force, plus for every minute it's going to climb another kind of 1,023 feet. We don't know how many minutes right now. Maybe we will figure it out when we read the rest of the question. Which function? So that's the whole thing of the question. That's the whole purpose of the question. We are going to try to figure out the t. I'm in each its cruising elevation 17 feet. The total height is going to be that number. So this is initial plus for every t minutes it's going to get higher. The total is going to be this number. So that's the equation I need, which would be this right here. And to solve this, we are going to subtract 1019 from each side and then divide each side by 1023 to get the t all by itself. And I'm assuming that you guys know how to solve an equation at this point. Okay, scrolling down to an exponential question. Remember, this lesson was about linear and exponential equations and inequalities. So, the population of a bacteria after t hours is shown in the table below. Which of the following inequalities can be used to determine when the population of the bacteria will be greater than or equal to 12,800? So, this right side of all of these are right. So, we cannot eliminate any of the answers. Usually, that's what I do. I just check the sign to see if there's any difference, and then try to eliminate at least one of the answers. But in this case, it doesn't work. Now you need to figure out what the pattern is. So the pattern is, look at the numbers. It's plus 200 and then plus 400 plus 800. So it's not a set number. If you're not adding or subtracting a set number, that means you're either multiplying or dividing. So this is times 2. And then look, that's times 2 as well. So this is exponential growth. When you are multiplying by a set number, there is an exponential growth. If you're dividing by that set number, it's exponential decay. So now we need 2 to the power of a variable, because we are trying to figure out how much time it'll take. Let's see. After t hours, we are trying to figure out how much time this bacteria needs to be equal to 12,800. Okay, so we don't, and then we want it to be at least 12,800. This is like the principal interest questions. You need your initial number and you multiply it by 2 to the power of t. But what is our initial number? Is it 200? That's not our initial number. Initial number is when the time equals to 0. This one here is when t equals 2. How was it when t is equal to 0? That's what we need to figure out. That's going to give us the initial number. We're going to put it in here. That's going to be our answer. So the initial number is going to be, we figured out the pattern. What number do I need to multiply by 2 to end up with 200? That number is 100. And to find that number, all you do is inverse operation. 200 divided by 2 gives you 100. So that's what we need. It's going to be 100. So 100 times 2 times 2 to the power of t is greater than or equal to 12,800. Now let's see what other questions we can do. Okay, this is an inequality. Not hard. Okay, let's do this one as well. Okay. So we are gonna come up with an inequality. The only, let's see, less than or equal to, less than or equal to, greater than, greater than. These two are greater, the other a, b, and less than. So less than or equal to y or greater than or equal to y is the first thing that I need to decide. So instead of trying to understand the question first, I'm just gonna try to eliminate at least two of these options. So it's either greater than or equal to y or less than or equal to y. I need to locate that y, that variable, in the question, which is right here. So let's read what it says. They do not want to spend more than y dollars. So just because you saw that more than word, do not jump on greater than or equal to sign, because it says they do not want to spend more than that. So if they're not going to spend more than y dollars, they can be spending equal to y dollars or less. So it's going to be either equal or less, which means these are not my options. Now, again, without even reading the question, let's see the differences between A and B. So according to A, 2,500 is a set number. According to B, $40 is a set number. Now we need to figure out which one is a set number, because one of them is not. Now let's read the question. The band charges here, the band charges 2,500 for the night. I don't see people per square feet or like pencils per student, miles per hour. I don't see any of them. So there's no variable for this number. It's just a set number. My answer is going to be this one, A, but let's read the rest. So, and the cost, let's see how much it costs. $40 per person. So $40 per person or person. The variable doesn't matter. It could be P, it could be X, but there is going to be a variable representing the number of persons.
Make sure that you have passed out your flyers to your B students. Make sure that...
Okay, sorry about that interruption. I will do two more questions about the interest rates and principles. Then you're going to be done for this video. Paul is buying something at the grocery store. The item is on sale for 20% off, and he has a coupon for $15 off. If there is a 8.5% sales tax on the item, which of the following would give the price Paul pays as a function of the price of the item X? Okay, so let's figure this out. So there is a $15 off. I know that this is going to be minus 15. This right here is a discount. It has nothing to do with percentages or anything. So in the question, I need to have minus 15. And as I look at the question, all of them has minus 15. So that didn't help. This right here, let's see what that is. So we do 1 plus the rate when we have exponential growth. When we have decay, exponential or percent, doesn't matter. If something is getting less, this is what we do. 1 minus. So let's see. The item is on sale for $20, 20%. Which means we don't know how much the price is, so the item is going to cost X dollars. This is the price of the item. Are we going to multiply it by 0.2 or 0.8? That's the problem. So if it is on sale for $20, I keep saying 20%. The discount is 20%. Then how much is Paul going to pay? Is he going to pay 20% of the whole thing, or is he going to pay the rest? He's going to pay the rest. So he has 100%. Take out that 20%. The rest is 80%. He will pay for that amount, okay, of the original. So 80% as a ratio or as a decimal is 0.8. And he'll this by the original amount. So 0.8 times x is what we need. Let's see. It's not this right here or that right here. If there is a 8.5% sales tax, so right there. Oh no, my bad. So again, as I said, the sales tax is 8.5%. He's gonna pay more because of this, which is why we are going to add that rate to 1. So as a decimal, 8.5 as a decimal is 0.085. Add this to 1. When you add those two numbers, you get 1.085. So that should be the number that we have, which means the answer is going to be D for question number 9. Okay, so first what we did, we took the original amount that we don't know, which is why it is X, and then 20% discount leaves us with the other 80% that he needs to pay. 80% as a decimal is 0.8. And then after this, there's going to be a $50 discount, which is right here, minus 15. And then whatever that amount is, he's going to pay 8.5% sales tax. So that one here, if we just multiply it by this, by the way, instead of 1.085, if we just do 0.085, that would give us the amount that he paid for the tax only. We don't want the tax only amount, we want the total amount he paid, which is why we are doing this. 1 plus that decimal. And then that will give us the answer, which is going to be D for number 9. Okay, moving on to the last question for the day. Question number 10. Okay. Lisa is leaving for a 400-mile road trip. Her plan is not to make any stops until she has 190 miles left of the drive. Okay, that's the confusing. Now, the trip in total is 400 miles, right? And then she's going to continue until there's 190 miles or less left to drive. How many miles is that? Or, okay, they didn't simplify it. Okay, I thought they simplified the inequality already, but they didn't. She's averaging 70 miles per hour. So 70 miles per hour is 70 times x, because we don't know how many hours she's gonna drive. 70x is what we need. All of the options have that. Okay, if x represents the amount of hours driving, which of the following symbolizes this situation? Okay, let's see. Okay, the whole trip is 400 miles, right? She's going with 70 miles per hour. The leftover is going to, like, the amount that is left is going to decrease. In an hour, she's going to have 330 miles left. So until she has 190 miles or less, that's going to be the answer. Let me explain why. Okay. The miles, look at C. The miles is on the left side of the inequality. 70x is that part. We want that part to be less than 190. So this part, this is the leftover. 400 minus 70x is the miles left for her to drive. It's going to be less than 190 according to that sign. Less than or equal to 190, which is what she wants, or less. 190 or less. But according to D, it says the miles left is going to be greater than or equal to 190, which is why it is wrong. So the answer is going to be C for that last question. So that's all from me, guys, today. Thanks for watching. Comment below if the video helped you out, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video.